Drake has always been in this strange position in culture. He's of the culture, but not really for it. He can rap about the block, the struggle, the energy, and everyone believes it. Almost everyone. But when it's time to stand beside the people who actually live it, he's quiet. And I don't think it's malice, it's comfort. Because Drake never came from the hood, he came from comfort, from access. And that shapes who you see as your people. When you're used to comfort, the pain of others feels like a different language. You'll sing the songs, you'll quote the struggle, and still not care what built it. Drake represents something bigger than himself. He's the symbol of a new kind of black detachment, where we love the aesthetic of struggle, but not the responsibility that comes with it. He's surrounded by people who profit from black culture while mocking it, from streamers like Aiden Ross, who built platforms off racial shock value, to rappers and influencers who use black slang for clicks, but don't stand for people when it matters.
We having fun, we iced out, we having money. That's how we doing it.
So you feel like it's not the artist's place to speak on social issues?
No.
And Drake, he's right there beside him, laughing. Not because he hates blackness, but because he never had to protect it. He's what happens when black success grows up away from the fire, when you inherit the rhythm but not the reason. But this isn't about Drake the man, it's about what he represents, because a lot of us are becoming him. Detached, well-spoken, brand-friendly versions of ourselves. We care about how blackness looks.
The closer you are to white, the more acceptable you are. So that, for example, all of us learned as we were growing up in the black community, if you are black, stay back. If you are brown, stick around. If you are yellow, you're mellow. And if you're white, you're right.
Not about how it lives. We criticize ghetto behavior, hood mentality, ratchet culture. But the truth is, we love the products it gave us. Hip-hop, fashion, the entire creative blueprint that the world copied. We hate the people but love their exports. And that's the real contradiction. Not Drake's silence, but ours. We call ourselves free, but we've been tricked into a new kind of captivity. They don't need chains anymore. They just need our indifference. Because if I can make you think something isn't your problem, I can make you ignore it. If I can convince you that progress means getting away from your people, then community dies quietly. Not from hate, but from distance. And that's what's happening. Each generation drifts further away. We mistake disconnection for evolution. We call it growth, but it's detachment. Those who hate the ghetto but ignore how it was made, they miss the entire point. It's not some moral failure that created those environments. It's engineering. If I wanted to destroy people, I don't need to pull the trigger myself. I just need to break the environment around them. I arrest the fathers. I torture them psychologically. I release them back into their neighborhoods with all that pain still in them. They teach their sons survival, not peace. Their sons teach it to their sons, and soon survival is culture.
You can see the lessons that I miss when you talk to me. You can see where I haven't had a father when you talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You can see where I spent a lot of my time in the streets when you talk to me. Because the words that I say are not words that come from a mother's mouth or a father's mouth. It's words that comes from a pimp's mouth or a prostitute or a hustler or a drug dealer.
I criminalize community gatherings, make every block party, every corner hangout feel like a crime scene waiting to happen. I justify or ignore the murders unless they come from within. I confuse you about who the enemy actually is. I tell you it's the rich or the liberal or the one across the street who looks just like you. And then, once you're broken, I hand you an escape. Music, fashion, clout. A consumer identity that looks like pride but feels like performance. I flood your world with products and personalities that worship self over a system. And I make you the highest consumers of what's quietly destroying your reflection. And the best part, you'll thank me for it. You'll call it freedom, but it's really narcissism dressed as success. Because if I can make you fall in love with your own image, I can make you forget who you were supposed to stand beside. And that's why Drake matters in this conversation. He's not the first, and he won't be the last. But he's the clearest symbol of how this new system works. He doesn't need to be political. He doesn't need to be cultural. He just needs to be profitable. And that's the same story playing out in our generation.
Professor Willie Lynch taught you well, huh? Keep the body, take the money.
We want all the brands, not the people. We want aesthetics without accountability. We want to look like culture and not build it. And Drake shows us what the final stage looks like. A man surrounded by every symbol of black achievement, but connected to none of its weight. Our grandparents fought to be seen. Our parents fought to get out. And we're fighting to be remembered. But what happens when there's no community left to remember you? We think success means escaping where we came from, but the truth is that's how they win. They don't need to oppress you anymore. They just need you to forget your reflection. We used to gather, not because we were poor, but because we understood survival was a team sport. Now, everybody's an island. Everybody's chasing their own highlight reel, and the more connected we get digitally, the more disconnected we become spiritually. That's not evolution, that's erosion. So what do we do with that? For men, especially black men, we have to unlearn the lie that distance means safety. You can't build legacy without community. You can't call yourself free while standing on the ruins of the people who made you possible. For women, your power has always been reminding us of connection. When everything around us teaches self-interest, your ability to nurture, to unify, to hold mirrors up to men, that's leadership, not softness. That's the balance we've lost. The world doesn't need more celebrities. It needs people who remember how to care. Maybe Drake isn't detached. Maybe he's just a mirror. And when we look at him, what we see isn't betrayal, it's reflection. We see how far we've drifted, how comfort replaced compassion, how individualism became our new religion. So maybe the question isn't, why doesn't Drake speak up? Maybe it's, why did we stop listening to each other? And that's the conversation I want us to have next. Not about Drake, but about us. About whether community even means anything anymore, or if individualism has already won. Would you be down for that one? Because I think that's where this story really leads.
Sweet little ditty, I don't mean to hurt you, baby.